Welcome to Deep River Farm, folks. I appreciate you joining me this evening as we're just put our chickens up, got them squared away, got the food ready for in the morning, and made sure all the drinkers and stuff was clean and full of water for the quail and the chickens. And we're getting ready to, ain't gonna be long, folks. It's gonna rain on us here. They come through spraying Thursday night after dark. I could see it in the light of the moon. I could see the streaks in the sky. And now here we are with this rain and stuff. But ain't you tickled to death that now it's getting front and center coverage that the sky trails are going to be investigated and put to a stop by Robert F. Kennedy and President Trump. They have been made aware of it, and they're trying to investigate to see who these people are that are doing the spraying and why they're doing the spraying, and get it stopped, because this stuff is doing nothing but corroding the soil with aluminum. And it's kind of ironic that one of the seed companies, Monsanto, which is owned by Bayer, now has a genetically modified seed that will grow in aluminum contaminated soil. So there you go, folks. It's kind of strange how that all worked out, ain't it? You know, that they knew for a long time this was going on, or they would not have developed this seed specifically for that. And I don't know what all seed varieties they have, but they do have it. So that tells you right there, this thing is for real. A lot of people don't believe it, but it is for real. And if you don't believe it, just go on that website of Monsanto, or you can Google it, aluminum friendly seeds, or seeds that will be able to germinate in aluminum, and it'll pop right up. But we've been harping on this for quite some time. There's been a lot of other channels doing the same thing, and you know, it's kind of aggravating to plant stuff and then your crops not do any good. And you see all these storms, and we're not talking about your normal storms that are going on. Just think what just happened in the Midwest, all that flooding up through Ohio, and all them tornadoes and all this stuff. That stuff, folks, is being geoengineered by all this spraying and all that kind of stuff. I'm not so sure Hurricane Helene was not also aided with this type of stuff as well, because that thing just kind of stalled out and held tight right over the Appalachian Mountains, producing over 30 inches of rain, almost 40 inches in places, and creating the worst disaster that we've ever had, probably in the history of the state. And as far as miles destroyed, number of homes destroyed, is probably right there in the top 5. But it's something, folks, that has needed to be addressed a long time, and that's this stratospheric aerosol injections, cloud seeding, whatever you might want to call it. And it's something that and the government says they don't know anything about it. Well, let me tell you, folks, before anybody can spray anything, they have to notify the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. It has to be logged, and they have to tell what they're doing, why they're doing it, and what they expect out of it. So you can't tell me that the government don't know about it. They're involved in it neck deep. Probably, if the truth be known, they can trace it down far enough, probably getting funding through that USAID and things like that. But all they're trying to do is fool people into thinking that the Charlie Lima Indigo Motel Alpha Tango Echo is a thing. But when you've been geoengineering this severe weather and creating all this stuff, you're creating the problem, probably for benefit, if truth be known, financially, through all this green energy scamming that's been going on. So I was just tickled to death to see this taking place. I've seen an article posted on The Blaze. I've seen other channels carrying it, and I've seen the lady that was running with RFK when he was running for president, the Shanahan lady. I don't remember her name, but she was on one of the news channels giving information about it and what they were getting ready to try to do. I think she's involved in the administration somehow, or possibly works for in some capacity for RFK Jr. And so it's a good thing that this has come to light finally and is going to be addressed. But folks, think about this. They've had 4 years this country's been destroyed. We're in a standoff with reciprocal tariffs because these other nations they've been basically taking advantage of the United States all this time. The United States has basically been funding their GDP, gross domestic product, and making these countries filthy rich because they've been instituting tariffs on us, and they just come all to pieces, folks, when it's time to even the scoreboard. So if you're going to charge us 20% tariffs, guess what? The United States is going to charge you 20% tariffs. Turnabout's fair play, and that's the way it is. We've been funding everything for Europe all these years. They've not had a decent military. They've not tried to do anything to boost their military. They're not paying their part of NATO. They're not paying their part in the UN. They're not paying their part in all these other organizations. And the United States has been paying for it all. Well, let's just say the taxpayers, those that are paying heavily in the taxes, are the ones paying for it. And now we're seeing that all this fraud is going on all over the place, and our tax money's going into politicians' families' pockets through these grant programs and just numerous other ways of getting money through foundations and claiming they're feeding all these people when they're not, and just pocketing the money. And I'm glad this is being discovered. I hope they can pull that money back. They need to start going after these people for the embezzlement, because that's what it is, and put them away. Send them to Guantanamo. But I bet that facility won't hold all the corruption that's taking place. Anyway, folks, I appreciate you joining me here on Deep River Farm. I can feel the rain coming in. It's a sprinkling on me, so I got to check the radar. I know that there was quite a bit of precipitation crossing over the very far part of western North Carolina a little bit earlier. And folks, I can tell you this, when it rains up there, the anxiety level is something that can literally be seen in the faces of people, and they get depressed, they get anxious, they can't sleep, and it's not only the adults, it's also the children, and it's just a bad situation. Now, Holly went up for the seed swap yesterday at B-Log, and she went over to Cry to see Colton and Cody, and she's been texting us today, Bud and myself, and kind of talking a little bit about it. And this was the first time she's actually been up into the area along the Tow River and seen for herself exactly what's transpired. she's been back in the shadows, you might say, helping Operation Mountain Relief and helping set up all these gift registries and things, and hadn't had the opportunity to go up and see what has happened. But this weekend on Saturday, when she went to B-Log and these other locations, she couldn't believe what she saw. And think about it, it's been over 5 months, 6, 7 months, pushing 7 months since this happened. And it's still a debris field and still a long ways to go. It's not something that's going to be fixed overnight, just like our situation in the country. All this stuff is not going to be fixed quickly. It's got to be found. It's got to be figured out what's going on, just like these tariffs and the advantage that the United States has been taking advantage of. Just like all these people have been taking advantage and squandering, embezzling all this money through USAID, all this fraud in the Social Security, all these illegal aliens that was given maximum Social Security, Medicaid, and ability to vote, and never have worked a day in the United States. I believe it was about 2.1 million, and they may have discovered more, I don't know. But for people that's worked all their life and paid into Social Security, and they ain't drawing $1,000 a month, and these people was maxed out and never contributed 1 penny and got to vote, that tells you it was nothing more than an attempt to swing the election. And that's election fraud. And the people that are responsible for that should be prosecuted. They should be put in Guantanamo Bay and waterboarded to tell all the friends that was involved in it, and put them all in jail. So I'm about to get on my soapbox and get wound up, because it just burns my hide, all this mess. But anyway, appreciate you folks listening to my rant and what's been going on. And I appreciate you folks with all your help that you've given through Operation Mountain Relief, Helping Hands, Project Santa, Cash for Campers, and all this stuff that we've been able to help people with and continue to help people with. All the donations that came in, whether it was financial, whether it was items, all the support for the relief centers. These people, they don't know who you are, but one day when the trumpet sounds and we all meet on the other side of Jordan, all that'll come out, and they'll know who did what and who you are. I appreciate you joining me today here on Deep River Farm. Y'all have a blessed day.